Hi, I'm Sean Gannon, and this is Minute Math. And today we're learning about multi-step equations and rearranging formulas. In this video, we're first going to distribute and combine an equation. Then we're going to have variables on both sides. Then we will be rearranging the area formula. Next, we will solve with nested expressions. And lastly, we'll be rearranging the surface area formula. So, when you're ready, let's get started. Solve for x in our equation 2 times x plus 4, then plus 3 equals x plus 15. My first step here is I want to distribute this 2 to both parts inside of the parentheses. So 2 times x is a 2x plus 2 times 4, which is an 8. Then we bring down everything else. So the 3, the x, and the 15, and the equal sign. From here, I want to combine my like terms on each side if I can. 2x is by itself here, but 8 plus 3 is our like terms, and that adds to be an 11. And then we have an x plus 15 on the right. All right, I now want to bring my x's over to the left and my constants to the right. So I'm going to subtract an x to both sides of the equation. And in the same step, I'm also going to subtract an 11 to both sides. The 11s cancel on the left, and the x's cancel out on the right. 2x minus 1x is a single x right there, and 15 minus 11 is a 4. And so our answer here is x equals 4. Solve for m in the equation 5 times an m plus 2 in parentheses equals 3m plus 14. My first step here is to distribute this 5 to both parts inside of the parentheses. 5 times m is a 5m, and 5 times a 2 is a 10, bringing them that plus sign. Then everything else comes down, 3m plus 14. Here I would normally combine our like terms on each side of the equation, but there's no like terms on either side. So now I'm going to bring my variables to the left and my constants to the right. So to do that, I have my 3m right here. I'm going to subtract a 3m to both sides of the equation, lining it up with the m's here. And then the 10, we have adding a 10. I'm going to subtract a 10 to both sides of our equation. The 10's cancel on the left, and the m's cancel on the right, leaving me with 5m minus 3m, which is a 2m, is equal to a 14 minus 10, which is a 4. Now we have 2 times m equals a 4. Opposite multiplication is division. Divide both sides by a 2. 2's cancel here. M is by itself, and it's equal to 4 divided by 2, which is 2. And so we solve for m in our equation, and we got m equals 2. Rearrange the formula a equals 1/2 base times height, or b times h, to solve for h. Again, this is the formula for the area of a triangle. Let's rewrite our equation here. A equals 1/2 bh, base times height. I want to get h by itself. So first let's bring this constant to the left, the 1/2. Well, if I multiply both sides of our equation by a 2, 2 times 1/2, they cancel each other out. Leaves me with the b times an h here on the right, and 2 times a 2a on the left. Now I want to get h by itself. We have multiplication here. So opposite of that is division. Divide by b to both sides of our equation. B's cancel on the right. H is by itself. And 2a over b doesn't simplify anymore. And so we have 2a over b. We can rewrite this that h come first. And h equals a 2a over a b. And so we rearrange the formula for the area of a triangle to get h by itself, and we got h equals 2a over b. Solve for x in our equation 3 times x minus 2 minus 4 equals 2x plus 1. My first step here is to distribute this 3 to both parts in our parentheses, the x and the minus 2. 3 times an x is a 3x. 3 times a minus 2 is a minus a 6 here. Then we have a minus 4 that comes down, equals a 2x plus 1. Bring everything else down. Now I want to combine my like terms on the left and right side of our equation. And I like to think of it like this. So we have a minus x, so on right, plus a negative x, and minus 4 plus a negative 4. And that's going to help me combine these. That's how just I like to see it. 3x comes down here. Then we have plus a negative 6 plus a negative 4 is a negative 10. We have plus a negative 10 or minus 10. And that equals a 2x plus 1. Now, I want to bring my variables to the left, my constants to the right. I'm going to subtract the 2x to both sides of the equation, making sure I'm lining it up with my variables. And my constant here, be careful, we have a plus a negative 10, so I'm going to add a 10. That cancels this out to make that a 0. And I do it to both sides of the equation here. And the 2x's cancel here on the right. 3x minus 2x is a single x, 1x. And that's equal to 1 plus a 10, which is 11. So we solved our equation for x, and we got x equals 11. Rearrange the formula a equals 4 pi r squared to solve for r. And this is the formula for the surface area of a sphere. All right, first I want to do is, let's rewrite this problem. A equals 4 pi r squared. Well, I want to get the r by itself. That's our goal. So let's get our constants over to the left. 4 times pi times r squared, well, opposite multiplication is division. Divide both sides by 4 pi. So we have just on the left, a over 4 pi is equal to an r squared is left. These cancel. Now, to get rid of this squared, we need to take the square root of both sides of the equation. So I'm going to take the square root here and the square root here. And normally when we take the square root over an equal sign for both sides of the equation, this should be a plus or minus. Now, it's not going to be the minus though, because we cannot have a negative value for r, our radius. So I'm going to erase that and just keep it as a positive, but that's like the real world application with this. On the right, squared and square root cancel. We have an r by itself. On the left, we just have the square root of a over 4 pi. Now we can rewrite this to have r by itself here, and coming first. So r equals the square root of a over 4 pi. And so we rearrange the surface area formula for a sphere to get r by itself. And we got r equals the square root of a over 4 pi. Let's recap what we have learned. We first distributed and combined like terms. Then we had variables on both sides of an equation. We rearranged the area formula. Then we solved with nesting expressions. And lastly, we rearranged the surface area formula of a sphere to solve for r. I now leave you with a bonus problem. We want to solve for y here in this equation. 3 times, in parentheses, 2y minus 5. Then we add a 4, and that's equal to y plus 12. Let's see if you can solve this one. I hope you learned something here on solving multi-step equations and rearranging formulas. And as always, thanks for watching.